Now, are you guys? How did you get ready for your first kiss? Were you people who practiced kissing?
I don't remember.
I remember my first kiss.
Go ahead.
I think I was at a party.
Yeah.
I think I was at a Sweet 16 or something like that, or a party.
Yeah.
And it was when did you do this here? Like when we were younger, if you wanted to like kiss someone, a lot of times like you have a friend talk to one of their friends to
Right.
broach the subject,
Right.
to see if everything was going to be kosher.
Yes,
with
yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, just so you know, like if you want to tell Marie, Sal likes her, you know."
Yeah.
And then you'd say he wants to know if you want to go for a walk.
Right.
Do you remember that?
No.
That's how it would be phrased when I was younger, all through my grammar school and high school.
Yes, I do remember this.
He wants to know if you want to go for a walk, and that meant that you just go down the block for a walk, kiss, and come back.
Yeah.
It sounds very like it sounds batshit crazy. Like that whole verbiage, that whole like way of that slang,
Right.
does not exist, and it has not since I was younger. And no one speaks like that anymore. And I don't think anyone can even relate to that. It sounds like very 1950s, like a Bronx Tale or something.
Right.
Like, hey, you want to go for a walk with my friend? But that's what it was. Or they would be like, she wants to go. Oh, go with you.
I want to go with you.
Go with you. Yeah. Oh, I went with her.
I want to go with you.
Oh, she's. I go with her. Oh,
Yeah.
I went. That just meant that you kissed.
Yeah, you want to
I go with you. Meant that you kissed someone. Yes,
Yeah.
you were around for that.
go with you. Yeah, I went with him. Go with you meant you kiss someone, and yeah, go with you meant you kiss someone. Yeah, fuck, I don't remember that at all. I can't believe I forgot about that.
I know,
should
me
say.
too. It just I haven't thought about that in forever. But you would literally be like, oh, you like her? I went with her like last year. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like,
Oh yeah, it could be like, oh, but are you going out with her? Or did you go with her?
yes,
that's the
yes.
difference.
It was like I love you and love you.
Yeah, I love you. I love
That's
you.
the difference.
Wait, so
Going
you
out is I love you.
because I could date you if you were one of my friends. If you had went with one of my friends, that was okay.
Okay.
If you went out with one of my friends, I can't date you. That's a relationship.
No.
No. Not today. The Kembe Matumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, or she wants to go with you.
She wants to go with you.
If a kid right now, like if like some 15-year-old kid or the 18, 17-year-old kid right now walked up to another person that was like, my friend wants to go with you, what the hell do you think they would think that
They
is?
call the police.
Yeah, go with me where?
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, go with you. Go out. Go when. Yeah.
So we go for a walk. That's how
go
my
for a
first
walk.
one. You want to go for a walk?
Going for a kiss.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I was wearing a Larry Bird jersey.
Amazing. Great player.
Yeah. I remember it.
Yeah. I had my first kiss when I was 4.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's odd.
That's odd. Yeah.
Well, how
4.
so? Well, you just mean like, what do you mean? You just mean
We
like,
were 4 years old.
you just mean like, what would you,
We used to go over to my mother's friend's house. She used to watch.
you have a memory or you saw a home video or something?
No, I remember. Maybe I was 5 then.
But you didn't, you mean like you kissed like 4-year-olds kiss? Like you're like, I like her. Mwah.
No, I fully made out with a girl.
No. You French kissed a girl at 4?
Sal, we used to go.
What?
My
Who?
mom used to drop
How did
me-
you know a tongue was even involved? I remember the first time I saw a tongue, my balls were blown off. I
Yeah.
saw 2 guys. It was like the early 80s, and we might have been at Great Adventure. I was at Great Adventure with my family,
Yeah.
and this 2 hippie guy and girl, long beard. They're wearing like these tank tops and cut off shorts, dungarees, cut
Yeah.
all shredded,
Yeah.
and they kissed. And then when they pulled apart, their tongues were going like that, and I was like, well, what the was that?
Yeah.
Tongues. And I remember that's the first time I ever saw it. I was like, but you were using tongue on someone at 4?
At 4 years old, my family, my mother used to bring me over when she would go to work. During the summertime, I'd be watched by a family friend who also had a daughter who was my age. And one day, I swear to God, behind her house plant, me and her made out. 5 years old, she touched my butt, I touched hers, and then we went back to watching cartoons. I swear to God.
Who brought up the butt touching?
I think it was her, dude. I got to be honest with you. It was her. She was the one that convinced me to do it.
So you went with her.
I went with her. We made out.
Your first kiss was at 5.
Yeah.
That you're in a small minority.
I know, dude. 5 years old.
Yeah.
It's borderline.
How do you
Like it might be a reason why I have actual issues today. It might be one of the reasons why I get very upset if you just say love you.
Have your this is Googling how do you kiss someone for the first time. Have your lips touch softly as you feel the person out.
Yeah.
Keep your lips just slightly parted and continue kissing the person for 5 or 10 seconds before letting go. Keep your hands active while you kiss.
Yeah.
Use your hands to cup the person's face, stroke their hair, or caress their neck.
Yeah.
That is
amazing.
That's words to live by.
Words to live by, baby.
So my first ever like serious girlfriend that I dated for like I got to be 5 or 6 years when I was kid.
Right.
I was my first love. Right.
Right.
And you know, at that time, dating 5, 6 years at such a young age, you think you're gonna probably get married.
It's like dog years. Yeah. It's like that might.
Right?
That might yeah.
Our families knew each other, all that jazz. Right. So. The little romantic kid that I am, right? I start dating this girl. She was my friend first, and I liked her. I had a crush on her. I was nervous about telling her and all that stuff, right? And finally, one day I told her because my friend, I was in high school, I was 15. My friend, stop me if I told you this, but my friend got to be a guest DJ on Hot 97 for the night.
Oh my God! No, you never told me this.
And he was gonna DJ, and I was like, oh my God, like you gotta let me do an on-air dedication to this girl.
Right.
So he was like, I'm gonna do it for you. And I was like, I couldn't believe this. So that night on like Hot 97, he's on. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and we're hanging out, and we were just friends up to this point, and we all lived in the same neighborhood.
Right.
So I had my Walkman. Because it was literally a Sony Walkman with the radio, right? Because I knew that I wanted her to listen to Hot 97 to this dedication. I was going to dedicate to her Come and Talk to Me by Jodeci.
Come and talk to me.
I really want to see you, girl. I really want to know your name. Come and talk to me. I really want to see you, girl. I really want to know your name.
So what happened?
Yes, and then it's like, I've been watching you for so very long, trying to get my nerve built up to be so strong. I really like to meet you, but I'm kind of scared. You're the kind of lady with so much class. I put my thoughts together for the very next day. But when I see you, baby, I forget what to say. Your eyes and hair, such a beautiful.
Does he say such a beautiful nose?
I don't know.
I think he says such a beautiful nose.
The way
you dress today really turns me on.
Ooh, it turns me on. Come on and talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? I really wanna. You just now blew me away more than you ever have. Not with your stories, but like you. Sometimes I'm like, you know, Led Zeppelin, and you're like, no, I don't know what Led Zeppelin is. But you knew every word to Come and Talk to Me by Jodeci, which was a hit in 1992. Is it 92?
I have the musical taste of a 14-year-old black girl who was born in the 80s. I swear that is my music.
You're 36.
36.
That's just 29 years old, that song.
Yeah.
So it was 7 when it came out. I thought you were going to go, I don't know who Jodeci is. I never heard her Come and Talk to Me. Let alone that you knew every word.
Sal, I've been making out with girls since 1989 behind the house plants.
That's
You think
right.
I don't know Lil Casey and JoJo?
Jodeci.
Jodeci.
Yes, Jodeci.
That was Jodeci, but
Jodeci. Casey and JoJo is Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo is Jodeci. It's all the same thing.
Oh, but it's not just Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo were in Jodeci.
Jodeci. They left one guy.
Casey and JoJo. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Right?
Casey and JoJo.
Good. Yeah, they also led the singers of the Chop Tart.
Lead singers.
Jodeci.
Yeah.
The
You're
Grey
exactly
brothers.
right. Yeah. Wow, look at you. You even knew that. You son of a.
It's what it is. All right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna dedicate this song to her, right? And that night it happens. She hears it, and she doesn't know how to react, and we don't kiss for the first time.
Right.
We end up kissing a little bit later. I haven't thought about this but we end up kissing in my room in my house while slow dancing to a cassette tape of Bryan Adams, the song from Everything I do it for you. How corny is that?
Yeah.
Hysterical though, right?
Yeah.
Of the time. I don't know. It was like in Robin Hood or something. It was like the chart topper. And we're slow dancing in my room, and that's our first kiss, right? So fast forward, I'm in love with this person. So I decide that I know I'm gonna want to marry this person. Here I am, like 17. No, I'm gonna want to marry this person. 16 years old. I write her a letter saying, look, we just started dating a few months back. You've been my friend for a long time. I'm in love with you, and I feel like this is going to be a lasting relationship. And I'm not going to tell you right now, but I have these feelings right now. So I'm going to write them down, because one day I'm going to hand you this letter, and I'm going to ask you, will you marry me?
Right.
not that exact words, but it was like a page, and that was the sentiment.
Did you write "Love you, Sal" or "I love you, Sal"?
Right. I love you.
Yeah.
Right. And I asked, and I proposed in this letter. I then mail the letter to myself and have it postmarked and sealed for that date. And I say, this is how I'm going to propose to this person one day. I'm going to hand her this letter from when we first started dating. It'll be years from now. It'll be stamped and postmarked, and it'll say, I knew I felt this way about you back then. This is what I thought of when your dad wrote you that note. I freaking did this. Can you believe this? How romantic is that
How old
shit?
again? How old again?
I was probably like 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then,
no
so
joke,
what happened with the relationship?
Yeah, no good at all. Terrible.
You broke up a month later. Done.
No, we dated for 6 years. And
you held on to that letter for all 6 years.
The whole time. And then, things didn't go our way. I don't blame anything. We're kids, you know what I mean? Like, she made some mistakes.
Wait a minute, you have this letter, no?
I probably have it somewhere.
No, Patreon. Patreon.
No.
I mean, Patreon.
But let me listen to this now. When I tell you, I haven't thought of this in 20-something years, right? So we end up breaking up. She made some questionable choices. It was no more, right? So anyway, no big deal. We're friendly after that, and
questionable choices. Like, you wonder what that is. Like, what did she join ISIS? Like,
yeah, she was a very early ISIS. And,
she was an early jihad.
So we ended up breaking up, and then it was hard for me at first. It was my first love, and I remember one day I told her, I said, I was heartbroken, and we might have moved past it, but I said, we're never getting back together at this point. I knew it. And so I don't know what, but I opened up to her and I said, I had this letter, I postmarked whatever, and she was like very touched by it, I believe, right? And she was like, I can't believe that. That's the most sweetest thing, whatever, blah, blah. Fast forward a couple years later, now I'm a little bit more like in my mid-20s, and I run into her somewhere, and we hang out. We still kept in touch, and I was talking to her, and she writes me this email, or she writes me an email, and she goes, listen, I want to let you know something. There was this online website called something Candy. I forget what it was. It was like a lifestyle website.
Okay.
Daily Candy, maybe?
Right.
Something like that. And she goes, they were having a contest where you won a shopping spree for whoever had the most romantic proposal story. So she goes, so I wrote them and I told them how you proposed to me. But I just made believe that we went through with it and now we're married and that was the way you proposed. I won. So she's like, so I got a $5,000 shopping spree at this store in the city. Do you want some of the money?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't want any of that money, actually. Like, I think you should tell them, I have a better mind to write to them and tell them that this is a hoax.
We never got married.
Yeah, but you left me. I have the letter unopened.
Yeah.
Like, does Daily Candy want to know about that?
Yeah.
Let's see how fast that 5Gs comes right back to Daily Candy.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, baby.